Hey, what's going on guys? My name's Hyun. Welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be reviewing patch 0.1.2.9. Now, I don't know if my comments about them disappearing for 2 months had anything to do with it. However, the amount of sheer output they've had over this week has just been absolutely phenomenal. So, regardless to say, ladies and gentlemen, the rage bait worked. Mission pass plus 100 respect. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, since my last video, they've put out 2 different updates. One being a part 2 to the last one that we talked about. And secondly, a brand new patch completely changing the game. Okay, so another sidebar. I think I definitely struck a chord with Leo or Lucas because they dropped another update while I was at work. So we're also going to be talking about patch 0.1.3.0 as well. So without further ado guys, if you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, buckle your seatbelts, get your popcorn, and let's do this shit. Just for deeper clarification as well, from this point forward, we'll be using the Discord Bodycam leak updates instead, just because I feel like it's easier for them to update them if there's any changes they want to do in comparison to Steam's. I've never developed a game, so I've never done Steam updates before, so I can't say personally. However, Steam's fucking horrible. Before we get into the main update, we'll be covering a sub update that we missed from last video. Originally, I would have tried to group them together. However, I think I missed it by around a day. As for the sub update that we'll be covering first, these patches were smaller, however, extremely necessary in the long run. The first thing that they fixed was a glitch where characters were spawning extremely small at the start of the match. From your own POV, you were the size of an R6 drone. The next thing they fixed was a team selection bug that prevented players from picking teams. They also fixed the crouching hitbox in order to make it easier for players to pass through passageways. A massive patch they made this update was that deathmatch and gun game lobbies can only have 7 people in them. Even in games like Call of Duty, they only really ever had 8 in a lobby. So to me, this all makes perfect sense. And finally, last but not least, they made a change to item detection. Items such as guns, grenades, the bomb, anything you can really think of will have a green or red indicator on it just to help you find it easier. And with their smaller little patch out of the way, it's time for us to get into the big juicy update. So right off the gun at the beginning of this update, they straight up announced that they're putting all their efforts for the rest of this month towards the zombies mode, which is completely respectable since they're a smaller team of devs. Now, if you guys remember my spiel from last video, y'all will know I am extremely excited to talk about this next part. Our goal is to create the most realistic, terrifying, and immersive round-based zombies mode ever made. If they actually pull through with this, you guys are gonna get the best fucking stream content ever. I'm extremely excited to see what they cook up. This was actually a massive W from them. I'm not even expecting like a massive Treyarch experience. I just want that kind of like OG Black Ops 2 vibe where you're just chilling with your friends on town till round 50, just gunning in a corner, you know what I mean? We live for that shit, raw! Now before we get into our big exciting map changes, I think it's important we talk about the smaller fixes. But I'm gonna be honest, when I pulled up the small fixes, I had the biggest fucking smirk on my face. I felt like I had fucking power. I felt like God, bro. And then I checked my YouTube comment section, and all I gotta say is, yo, what's good, boys? How y'all doing? Thank you for listening to your community. I appreciate it. If I have one singular complaint about Public Pool as a map right now, it would be that there's so many vines from the rooftop, so when you spawn in with your drone, the chances of you crashing are probably like 50-50. Yeah, not to brag or anything, but that's all me, boys. That's all me. That's what power looks like. Sorry, I'll stop. They also did a couple other small tweaks. Some players were having an issue where their flashlight activating would cause their gun to drop to the ground. Some other players were stuck in a pistol-only deathmatch mode. While one in the chamber sounds like a great experience, getting fried by an AR doesn't. And last but not least, I'll be honest, I don't know what the K to kill key thing is. I'm just gonna assume if you press K on your keyboard, you killed yourself. I wish I could do that in real life. As you can see for the UI, they did a couple little changes there as well. If you remember from the little patch we talked about earlier, they're doing more work with their item detection distance. They say it'll be easier to throw grenades back now. However, they don't recommend it, and I couldn't do it. And then secondly, they changed some of the locker visuals. However, I'm not going to show it off yet just because I think there's still work to be done on it. And with the smaller proportion of this update done, it's finally time to jump into the Big Bertha. So starting off, we have a bomb house rework. I will be 1000% honest. I'm not going to try to gaslight y'all into thinking that I play Body Bomb a lot, because I'll be real, I don't didn't like the game mode at all. I think there's lots of issues with it. We can talk about it on another day. Maybe it'll get fixed soon. I don't know. I think I've mentioned it in like 3 different videos. I'll be real, I never actually had an issue with the bomb house map. I thought it was a fantastic map. I thought it was a nice approach at their idea of an R6 map. However, I think the main changes they did was just make it firstly more accessible, and then secondly just more open on the inside. Really, really great changes. However, I thought it was perfect the way it was, to be real. And then them making it available for all traditional game modes just makes it a lot better. In my own personal opinion, I always felt like Airsoft House was a prototype for this map. Continuing on down the list, some localization and translation additions. I'm not really gonna dig into that. However, if you're one of those languages, welcome to the game. Jumping into our information, Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch have had a very, very important addition. Bye-bye, you little stinky rat fucks. We have a timer now. Before we get into the main topic of the video, let's talk about bullet penetration.
We actually want to test the weapons on homeless people? Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
They've now done a patch where bullets do less damage through wood, making it less easy to wallbang on maps like Airsoft House. And while I'll be honest, I didn't notice that much of a significant difference. Maybe it was like a bullet or two more. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, for the moment you've all been waiting for, there's lots of new different changes that have been added to Warren House. There's a brand new entrance to the second floor on Small Roof. There's also an entrance to the kitchen. There was a brand new pathway added into the basement, making it a more competitive and viable space where you can actually have duels right off the bat in the basement, which I personally love a lot. Plus, no more ratting out in the basement hiding, which for general play flow is extremely important. One controversial thing I will say that they did, so I don't know if this was an accident or on purpose, they decided to remove ladder access for the defenders, making it so the attackers have a free choke point to place the bomb on main roof. So the only way to get onto the main high roof is by climbing up the porta potty and scaffolding, or you'll be forced to run through the entire house and go up through the second floor stairs. While this currently hasn't turned into an issue, I feel like it is something worth looking at beforehand. However, because of the basement path being added, all the traffic's being taken down there. Also, because of all the time limits they've added in, I'm hoping that campers will be deterred from hiding in the basement and roof from now on. I'll be honest, this map change overall was just a massive W. I'm so excited for these close range gunfights on all 3 floors. Everything about the map feels very fluid if you're just looking for a quick shipment mashup experience. And as for their final change, for patch 0.1.2.9, they decided to do little tweaks around each of the maps with little barriers and boxes. If you play a certain map a lot, I'm sure you'll notice it. I'll be honest, I didn't go fucking looking. Okay, we got another entire update to go through, so let's get on with it. Okay. So continuing on with patch 0.1.3.0. I'll be honest, when I saw this notification pop up on my phone at work, I almost had a mental breakdown. I was this close to being able to just upload this video with zero flack at all and then just start stream when I got home. But nope, we are back in Premiere Pro and we are boxing this bitch up. So without further ado, let's pop into it. As for the quick fixes, public pool apparently had a bomb mode issue, but now it's fully functional. I'll be honest, like I mentioned before, body bomb ain't my personal favorite, so I never had an issue with public pool. I had a blast. However, with all the nooks and crannies that you can kind of hide stuff away in, I could definitely see body bomb being an issue on that map. Moving on to the UI, they had a lot of great quality of life changes that I thought really hit the head. Firstly was a bomb indicator. Once the bomb has been planted or dropped, it'll now be highlighted with a red square, which will indicate it where it is. Because of the hyper-realistic graphics, everything blends in really well in this game, so the red indicator for the bomb and then the green indicators for the guns is honestly just a necessity. They also made it so you're no longer isolated, and when you're in a match, you can see your friends list from your scoreboard menu. And last but not least, I think this is a really good one, especially for the newer players. They now made it where servers will be suggested to you based on your rank to help you balance out your lobby better and hopefully lead to a more balanced gaming experience. As for our next batch of changes, we have a bunch of changes for the rookie players. It seems like some piece of shit was targeting them a lot for no reason at all. Alright, look, listen, I was trying to get footage on the new map, and then literally 9 rookies joined me. There's no way, I couldn't fucking help. That was not my fault. Oh, but there's been times where I've been, I'm high as fuck at 3 in the morning, but other than that, I swear I try to have even games. But regardless, because of some terrible person, they decided to add in these new rules. Personally, I think it's a good idea that rookies are restricted to rookies only, just because it gives them a chance to learn the maps as well as the playstyle of the game, because I will say the gunplay is a lot different in comparison if you're coming from a COD. Rookies can still play against people in higher elo, however, they have to consent form that shit. And I just want to say right now to anyone watching this video, if you were smashed around by someone named K-Hyun P in a chopper picture and you are a rookie, I apologize truthfully. Add me on Steam and let's play some games. I'm so sorry. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to the end of the video. Time to talk about the final 3 things they added in. When joining games with friends, they'll always be placed on your team, assuming that there's a space on it. They also added in some brand new localization changes. I said this like 5 minutes ago, but once again, welcome, I guess. And finally, last but not least, they added in a brand new grenade. The new grenade. Yeah! Woo! New grenade! New grenade! Overall, 3 updates in a week, 3 W's in a week. I'm not gonna lie, this was a massive W from the Rysad brothers. If you guys enjoyed this video, y'all know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. But regardless, my name's Hyun, and I'll be coming to you live.